Astros so far on this homestand, a 7-2 mark. That's even with the one-run loss last night to the Detroit Tigers. But today, how about the division rival Seattle Mariners in town for the first of four? Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas, along with my partner, Mark Gubicza. Earlier today, we got some good news. Jordan Walden will be joining Jared Weaver on the All-Star team, as well as Howie Kendrick. So 3 All-Stars for the Angels, but Jared Weaver's toeing the slab, and that's what we're going to focus on tonight. He's facing the right-hander Doug Fister.
Well, he's been throwing the ball so well this season. ERA at 1.92 for the year. Great fastball, excellent changeup, curveball, slider, and of course his ability to be able to spot and throw that first pitch strike. That's why he's been so effective. 11-4 in his career against the Mariners, but the even more impressive thing, 6-0 against the Mariners at the Big A with an ERA barely over 2. He's been that good, that effective, and of course Jordan Walden could be in position potentially to be able to save the game. He's had an incredible fastball this year, 97 to 100. His slider's been unhittable. The reality is, a youngster, a rookie, first since Jason Dixon, to make the All-Star team as far as a rookie pitcher for the Angels. He's been that good, that important for the club. These two guys have been the reason why they're just one game back at the Texas Rangers.
Not a bad way to start a 4-game series against the division rival Seattle Mariners. Just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. See if the offense can keep it going. Sit back and relax. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we return. About Hyundai, uncensored. See what they're saying at mysocalhyundai.com. By CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. And by Shakey's. Win a pizza party for 10. Go to Shakey's.com. Well, we thought the heat wave was going to be out of the Southland, but another hot and muggy day here in Southern California. This homestand continuing. The Halos have played exceptional baseball, including one sweep of the Washington Nationals. Had a chance to do that yesterday, complete the second sweep of the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers come back and salvage that finale. We'll take a look at the standings in the American League West. The Halos at the start of the day, one game back of the Texas Rangers. Texas right now currently leading the Oakland Athletics. They started a 4-game series tonight down in Texas. Seattle 3.5 back, and then the A's at 8 back. And if the score holds, Oakland will fall down to 9 games back, and that will obviously force Billy Beane, you would think, at some point, with I believe it's 6 potential free agents to start wheeling dealing as we get closer and closer to the end of July. The Angels have taken the field. Let's take a look at the Seattle Mariners under Eric Wedge at 43 and 44. They've got Ichiro leading things off in right field. Brendan Ryan is the shortstop. He'll bat second. Adam Kennedy's at first base. Justin Smoke will serve as the DH tonight and the cleanup hitter. The rookie second baseman is Dustin Ackley of the University of North Carolina, a former second overall pick just a couple of seasons ago. Miguel Olivo is doing the catching. Another youngster making his major league debut tonight, Kyle Seager, gets to start over at third base. Franklin Gutierrez is in center field, and Carlos Peguero, the big hitter, is out in left field. Take it on Jared Weaver. You see the numbers. He's the all-star. 10 and 4, a 1.92 ERA. And those numbers don't even tell the story because he's been really, really good over this last 4 or 5 starts.
Amazingly good when you think about the fact that not a lot of early run support. He did have some run support that game in Seattle against the Mariners early in the season. We got 4 runs at the first and, of course, cruised through that ball game. But his fastball and his ability to be able to throw the 4-seam fastball at like 91, 92, but that no-seam moving fastball inside the left-handers has really made that changeup and curveball and slider combination that much better.
Take a look at the Home Depot doing more on defense behind Jared Weaver. Vernon Wells in left, Peter Borges in center, Torrey Hunter is in right. It's Meister Asturis and Eric Ivar guarding the left side of the infield. Howie Kendrick and Mark Trumbo on the right. Jeff Mathis back behind the plate.
And Eric Ivar back at the shortstop position today. We've had a little bit of a hamstring issue yesterday. Back in there. He's been outstanding as far as fielding his position. Only 1 error in his last 33 starts. And he's made a lot of plays on the backhand. Of course, that strong arm, probably the strongest throwing arm of the shortstop in the American League.
Well, you got a very good pitching matchup all weekend long, especially considering the Seattle Mariners are second overall in pitching staff ERA 3.11, just ahead of the Angels, who are third in the American League. First pitch to Ichiro is a fastball up and in, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Ichiro hitting .274, had a horrendous month of May, but starting to swing the bat a little bit better. 1 home run, 22 runs batted in. Hits this one out toward right field. Torrey Hunter comes in and to his right, and he'll put it away for the first down of this ball game.
Always a nice thing to be able to keep Ichiro off the bases. 22 stolen bases on the year. Seems like he's been getting hit and beaten on fastballs in the inner half of the plate. And then once he's aware of that, then the pitcher's been throwing some slow curveballs and changeups and getting him out in front on a swing.
Brings up Brendan Ryan, the shortstop. And I mentioned the pitching matchups in this series, all 4 games. Kind of looking forward to seeing what is going to come out of it, because as far as the starters are concerned on both sides, either very interesting, very good, or great storylines as Brendan Ryan takes down low for ball 1. Tomorrow night, Blake Bevan, the guy who was a former first-round pick of the Texas Rangers, gets a start for the Mariners against Urban Santana. Michael Pineda, the rookie phenom for Seattle, goes Saturday against Joel Pinheiro. And then the marquee matchup, if you will, on Sunday afternoon, 12:35 start. Felix Hernandez, 8-7 and a 3.35 ERA, going up against Dan Herron with a sub-3 earned run average.
Coming off that 2-hit shutout while he beat the Tigers and Verlander. Verlander was throwing the ball very well that game. They scratched a run across, but Dan Herron's been so good his last 2 games, winning both of those games 1-0.
Remember, if you haven't been out to the Big A, or you want to see some baseball before the All-Star break, before the Angels go out on the road, that Sunday game would be perfect, considering the 2 guys that will be on the hill.
What's a good thing about that last game before the All-Star break, managers almost play that game as if it's the 7th game of a World Series. Everyone's available. Guys in the bullpen are going to try to get extra work. extra players may come in, be forced into getting a pinch hit role, so it should be a great game.
1-2 to Ryan. Check swing. He went around. And there is out number 2. Mathis applies the tag. Take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
With some Bon Jovi for Joey, a blaze of glory. Go out. His last start before the All-Star game, in my opinion, should be the All-Star starter for the American League. Continue what he's done against his team. The Mariners at home, 6-0. I mentioned that earlier in his career with an ERA barely over 2. Outstanding stuff.
And I know, just talking about Dan Haren in Sunday's matchup, I know many Angel fans, even just regular baseball fans around the country, wondered if Dan Haren gets the opportunity to become an all-star should there be a scratch. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're starting on Sunday, that pretty much precludes you from
the rules are you're
Tuesday.
You're not available.
Kennedy takes down and away, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike to the former Angel, hitting .264 with 6 home runs, 28 runs batted in. And the Halos were up in Seattle. Adam Kennedy was serving as the cleanup hitter and playing second base, and that was prior to Dustin Ackley being called up. Little broken bat. Looper and Meister Stures cutting to his left, makes the catch, and George Weaver has himself a 1-2-3 first. It's Stures, Hunter, and Abreu against Doug Fister when we return. Game. Let's take a look at Mike Scioscia's lineup for tonight's ball game. The Halos 4 games over 500 at 46-42. And Meister Stures leading things off playing third base. Torrey Hunter in right field. Bobby Abreu, the DH. Vernon Wells, the cleanup hitter in left field. Howie Kendrick, the all-star at second base. Eric Ibar had the day off yesterday. He gets started shortstop. Mark Trumbo at first base. Peter Borges batting 8th, playing center. Jeff Mathis will bat 9th and do the catching, taking on the 27-year-old from Merced, California, by the name of Doug Fister.
Now, Doug Fister's been throwing the ball extremely well. Don't look at that record and think he hasn't been throwing the ball. They just haven't gotten him a whole lot of run support. Fastball, 86 to 92 range. Sinks the fastball very well. Curveball, slider, changeup.
Stures lifting this one out towards center field. Gutierrez is back there, shy of the track. Will make the catch. And there is out number 1. Let's take a look at the Mariners defensively. It's Figueroa in left, Gutierrez in center, Suzuki in right. Seager, Ryan, Ackley, and Kennedy from third to first. It's the veteran Miguel Oliva behind the plate.
Dustin Ackley's the guy that they know is going to hit at the major league level, getting more and more acclimated at second base position. No errors so far in 16 starts at that position. Again, trying to get that feel for not only fielding his position, but also turning double plays at second base.
Torrey Hunter looks at a fastball for a strike. Torrey hitting .240 with 9 home runs at 40 runs batted in. Had a 2-hit game yesterday, going 2 for 4, a couple of singles. As he pulls this one foul down the left field line, it's no balls and 2 strikes. Breaking pitch just outside. And it's 1-2. Pretty much the same crew that was here for the Tigers series. Chad Fairchild is at home plate. Angel Hernandez is the acting crew chief at first. Angel Campos at second base, and Mark Reppinger replaces Joe West as Torrey bounces this one back to Fister. And there are 2 outs.
This is one of those guys that works extremely fast, too. Does a good job of fielding his position. We mentioned that record of 3-9. But you look what he's done his last 3 starts. He's 0-1 in his 3 starts. 25 innings pitched. 17 hits, only 3 earned runs allowed. This doesn't get a lot of run support. A little over 2. And Heron not allowed himself. There are 2.5 runs a game, but Heron's been so effective as far as once he gets that lead, even if it's a 1-run lead early in the ball game, he lets it and holds on to that, makes it stand there at the end of a ball game.
Now the Mariners have had some glimpses of what Doug Fister had been capable of doing. Getting to the big leagues in 2009 for the first time as Bobby tries to drop a bunt up the third baseline. There's no balls in strike. Fister pitched in 11 games, 10 starts at 09 with 3-4 and a 4.13 ERA. Last year, 28 starts, 6-14 with a 4.11 ERA. And the maturation process for the former 7th round pick has continued this season, taking it to another level. 0-1. Bobby takes down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned a 7th round pick in 2006 out of Fresno State. 3rd start of the season against the Angels already. 15 innings, 13 hits, and an even 3 earned run average. Outside with the off-speed pitch, 2 balls and 1 strike.
He just 1-2 in his career against the Angels with an ERA at 3.5. So he's pitched well against them. And he's a guy that doesn't walk a lot of batters. He's around the strike zone, sinks the ball well.
Little cut fastball missing inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Bobby's hit safely in 7 of his last 9 games. One of those games cut short with the ejection by home plate umpire at that point. Angel Campos is at second base. 3-1 line right back to the big right-hander, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. 1 in the books here at the Big A. We have no score. By AT&T. By your Southern California Ford dealers. Visit us today and trade up to Ford. And by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. Top of the second with no scores. Justin Smoke will lead things off for the Seattle Mariners. Both starters with 1-2-3 innings. Jared Weaver threw 10 pitches. Doug Fister threw 11. This one bounced back toward the mound. A bare hand pickup by Jared. Smoke is retired for the first out.
Well, the pitcher's pretty active in this game. Fister with 2 plays himself in the bottom of the first. Jared Weaver bouncing off the mound. That little chopper right to him and gets that first out again on 1 pitch.
It's pretty good linea right back up the box too by Bobby Abreu.
I know. Fisher does a good job as fielding position. Jared Weaver's made some unbelievable strides fielding his position.
Here's Dustin Ackley. Takes a fastball for a strike. Ackley is second overall pick in 2009 at the University of North Carolina. Left-handed batter. Middle infielder, converted from the outfield. That pitch is in there for a strike. Ackley now playing in his 17th game. A .302 average so far in the big leagues. 1 double, 2 triples, 3 home runs, and 8 runs batted in. 0-2, breaking pitch, and it got him. Down goes Ackley just like that. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 2 outs. Fans, follow the Angels at foxsportswest.com/Angels. Log on and catch Matt Money Smith's column on Vernon Wells. And be sure to vote for the Angels poll question. Who's been the best American League starting pitcher this season? Josh Beckett, CC Sabathia, Jared Weaver, or Justin Verlander?
Jared Weaver. Bottom line.
Good call.
Yeah, look at that pitch right there, that curveball. See, that's the thing where Tyler Chatwood has to look at Jared. 0-2 pitch instead of waste one. It was right after it makes him swinging something over the plate, the swing and a miss, not wasting pitches.
This one out towards shallow center field and falls for a hit as Miguel Olivo gets the first hit of the game, first base runner for either side. It comes with 2 outs here in the second.
Yeah, attacking the strike zone. Even though he gave up a base hit there to Olivo, the bottom line, he gave a pitch to be able to hit, was down. Most times you're going to hit the ball on the ground and make it out with that pitch. You don't want to waste the pitch count, get too high up, and then, of course, by the 3rd or 4th inning of that opponent's side, seeing every one of your out pitches early in the game, you want to save some of those quality pitches for deep in the ball game.
Kyle Seager steps to the plate, making his major league debut. The fastball is down and away. Seager started this season at Double-A Jackson, hit .312, 4 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Bumped up to Triple-A Tacoma, and in 12 games there, hit .455 with a couple of home runs and 12 runs batted in, and now in the lineup, getting to start at third base. That fastball is a strike, and it is 1-1. Seager, 3rd round pick in 2009. The Mariners going with their youth movement here. Native of North Carolina. Waving at the off-speed pitch, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Look what he's done since 09. Still a solid ERA, 9th in the American League, and now all of a sudden now 1.92. And when you think about that, 1.92 in the American League, now every once in a while you'll see a pitcher have that type of year in the National League where there's usually a differential of about a half a run or so ERA per game. But I'll tell you what, he's been unbelievable this year.
Now into the dirt, blocked by Mathis. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Jared's evolution as a starting pitcher continues to impress. Remember, after that 6-0 start to start the season, there was an article floating out there about how quote-unquote lucky Jared had been. Those that pen such articles probably get their numbers right off the pages as opposed to watching performances.
Trying to hit that ball right there.
Trying to hit that one along with the changeup. 3rd strike out of the game for Weaver. We head to the bottom of the 2nd, scoreless. he's locked in. I mean, talk about, he knows that there's good pitching scheduled for this weekend. I'm going to stay locked in.
Oh,
he hasn't moved.
No, he hasn't even blinked yet. He's
No.
ready.
Either that or he's eyeballing cotton candy. I think I'm
to
going
see
with
if
the cotton
Vernon's going
candy.
to get a fastball inside on this at bat. That's what he's waiting for.
1 ball, no
the
strikes.
fireworks
On
Gonna home
Vernon
run.
Wells, followed by Howie Kendrick and Eric Ibar here against Pfister at a 1-2-3 first inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vernon went 4 for 12 against the Tigers, hitting .216, 12 home runs, 31 driven home. Now has a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Pfister and Weaver both work extremely quickly. Stark contrast to yesterday afternoon's contest here at the Big A.
Yeah, Brad Penny likes to take his time in between pitches.
Yeah.
Now, Tyler Chatwood works fast. Wasn't getting the benefit of some of those pitches that would look like they were strikes.
Vernon fouls this one back. And a full count. (3-2) and he jammed it nicely. Fouls this one off, keeps his at-bat alive. Count remains full. Pfister coming off a complete game loss, giving up 6 hits, 1 run to the San Diego Padres. Struck out 7 and walked 1. Prior to that, a couple of no decisions. His last victory coming on May the 30th against the Baltimore Orioles. Broken bat, slow roller to third. Seager has it. 1 away. I do believe it's getting in someone's kitchen and scrambling some eggs.
But Fisher's a guy that can throw that fastball, running in very well against right-handed batters. Look at that ball that starts on the inner half of the plate and then runs off the plate and in on the hands, turning that 2-seam fastball over very effectively and below the label.
But you don't see that too often. That almost looked like Jimmy Reese's fungo that he used to have in the outfield, where it splintered. I mean, that's basically took the bat in half.
Wait, because it started a good part of the plate. That's the pitch where generally Vernon's going to crush, but then as he's going through his swing, the ball just kept running in further in on the handle of the bat.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that's pretty far in the kitchen.
Yeah. Not a Sammy Sosa model. That's outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Although Sammy's was a batting practice bat, right? If I remember
Yes.
correctly.
Yes. He forgot.
Allegedly. Howie with a 15-game hitting streak. Hitting .307 with 8 home runs, 28 runs batted in. He's 8 for 19 against the Mariners this season.
Got a big fly in his career against Pfister also, hitting .333 for a career.
A full count. (3-2) pitch. This one's fouled off to the right. Eric Ibar is on deck. No strikeouts, no walks for Doug Fister. A couple of ground outs, a fly out, and a line out. Another 3-2. Now he fouls it off to the right. The Angels with the loss yesterday to the Tigers. Now at even .500 here at home at 22-22, 24-20 out on the road, 9-11 against the West as Howie goes down swinging. And there are 2 outs.
Well, these 2 pitchers were both tall. This is 6'8", Jared Weaver is 6'7". That'd be a pretty interesting jump ball in a basketball game.
Now, both guys too. You talk about the height, leverage their height, not the. As you talk about Tyler Chatwood being kind of a drop and drive guy, both Weaver and Pfister like to stay tall, working that downhill angle off the mound.
They do a great job, both of them, keep balance over the pitching rubber, especially at that height. A lot of times you have a tendency you're going to fly open quickly.
This one out to center field. Gutierrez thought about it, but he'll pull up, and just like the Mariners did in the top of the inning, the Angels here in the bottom of the second have a 2-out single. This one courtesy of Eric Ibar. And it keeps the inning alive for Mark Trumbo.
in that two-seam fastball. Tried to start in the inner half, and Ibar was quick through the baseball into center field in front of Gutierrez, who plays a pretty deep center field position. He used to be a guy who played more shallow, but he's been playing deeper and deeper. He's not quite healthy yet, or trying to get healthy, I should say, from the beginning part of the year where he missed a big chunk of the season. Trying to get that energy level up, too.
Trumbo hitting .255 with 14 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Got his 14th yesterday in the 7th inning off Brad Penny. Chops this one up the line, but foul.
And Fisher's pretty good as far as slowing down the running game. He's only allowed 2 stolen bases against him, and 2 base stealers have been caught. The guy's 6'8", generally you're going to think he's slower to the plate, but he's pretty quick. He's got a good move to first.
Miguel Olivo's thrown out 14 of 49 would be base stealers this year. That's up and in. That got him. A hit by pitch on an 0-2 fastball. And you can see here in the early going with a broken bat, Vernon Wells hit by pitch there of Mark Trumbo. A lot of movement on Fisher's sinking fastball.
He's hit 7 batters so far this season. The majority have been on that exact same pitch. Trying to go inside that running action. If you're a sinker ball pitcher with that type of movement, you drop your elbow at all, it's going to have that lateral movement in on the body of a right-handed batter, and that's what happened with Trumbo.
So Ibar at second, Trumbo at first, Peter Borges at the plate. Peter swinging first pitch, pops it up. Miguel Olivo near the Mariners on deck circle will make the catch, and that will end the bottom of the second as the Angels strand 2 base runners. 2 in the books and still no score. Mariners setting up 8-9-1 here to start the top of the third with no score. The first of 4 against the M's right before the All-Star break. The Angels have a 4-day All-Star break. Work out and fly out on Thursday of next week. And begin a 4-game series against the Oakland Athletics at the Coliseum. Gutierrez fouls off the first pitch, and it's no balls and a strike. Originally on the schedule, when we saw it last year, when it came out in the offseason, it was supposed to be a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday 4-game series against the Oakland A's, but both teams apparently agreeing to take that Thursday off to have a 4-day break and playing a doubleheader a week from Saturday. Breaking pitch is down low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Going old school. Ernie Banks will be proud of that one.
And first game is a 1 o'clock start, and that's going to be on Big Fox. And then the second game starts 35 minutes after that one with the conclusion of that first game. 1-1 pitch is rolled foul. It's 1-2. Feels like the Angels have played the Mariners and the Oakland A's a number of times. The Texas Rangers will be making their first visit of the season after that 4-game series in Oakland. Halos return for a quick 3-game homestand against Texas that third week of July. 1-2 pitches down low, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's what's going to make the second half so interesting when you have Texas coming into town 3 different times.
Yep. Texas will actually start at Seattle. They've got a 4-game series beginning on Thursday after the break. 2-2 down low, full count. Gutierrez hitting 180. The home run, 8 runs batted in. Great numbers against Jared. Weaver with already 3 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit allowed. That was a 2-out single by Miguel Olivo. 3-2 pitch is lined in the left center field, a base hit. Borges cuts it off. Gutierrez stops at first. There's a man on with nobody out. Hey, join the Angels and Wells Fargo as they host a canned food drive at Angel Stadium tomorrow through Sunday. All fans that donate receive a team photo. Fans that donate 10 canned food items or $10 or more receive 2 tickets to a future game while supplies last. All proceeds benefit the Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County. There's Carlos Peguero.
Gutierrez is a guy with pretty decent speed, 3 stolen bases on the year, has been caught twice. Seattle, a team that doesn't possess a ton of power, will try to steal some base. 66 stolen bases as a team.
Peguero showing bunt. Takes down and away. Hitting a .194 with 6 home runs, 19 runs batted in. 3 doubles and a couple of triples. Just on the heels of what you pointed out as far as Gutierrez. 25 stolen bases last year. Caught 3 times. Quasi overshift. Esteuras on the grass at third base. Ibar near the bag at second. Quick throw over.
We'll talk about the improvement in Jared Weaver's game. His fielding position also negating the running game. He's got 5 pickoffs this year. He's allowed 6 stolen bases in just 10 attempts. So 4 guys have been caught trying to steal against him also. Last year, he allowed 27 stolen bases. Only 4 would-be base stealers were caught. So major improvement for him.
Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. Evens are counted. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peguero susceptible to the strikeout. 48 punch-outs and 134 at-bats. Slugging percentage of .381 and on-base percentage of .248. You mentioned the 66 stolen bases that Seattle has picked up this year. That's 7th in the American League. The Angels 4th at 74. It's down and in. Quick throw to first base. Gutierrez just got that foot in ahead of the tag.
When it's a count, you might see some action for Seattle. 2-1. I'd assume if you're Seattle that Jared Weaver's going to throw a fastball.
This being the 19th start for Jared Weaver on the season. The 2-1 pitch. Peguero swings and misses on the off speed again. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Third start against Seattle. Jared 1-1 and a 1.80 earned run average in those 2 previous starts. Total of 3 earned runs and 15 innings of work. Back on June the 14th, 4th career shutout, 2nd of the season. 2-2 pitch outside, full count. So back-to-back hitters to start this 3rd inning. Jared has gone to a full count. Top of the order, and Ichiro on deck. Gutierrez takes off. The 3-2 is a swing and a miss. The third out from Mathis is not in time. Angel Campos calling Gutierrez safe. A one-hop throw. Ibar did his best to pick up the baseball and apply the tag. But there's one out with a man in scoring position.
Well, an off-speed pitch. Mathis did a good job of that transfer out of the glove and quick throw. He's picked by Ibar too. A lot closer. Well, he did miss the tag, but it was close. The tag is applied to Gutierrez. He's going to be out.
Fourth strikeout for Jared Weaver.
Pretty good scoop, though, by Ibar in the low throw.
Ichiro for one, hit a fly ball to right field his first time up. Shows bunt, drops it up the third base line. Mathis picks it up. It's a foul ball. Chad Fairchild with the quick call from behind the plate.
I give Fairchild some credit there. He was right out in front there to see if it was going to be foul. And way back in position, jumped from behind the plate. He got himself in position to be able to see if that was going to be fair or foul, and made the right call.
Little number foul back behind the plate. No balls, 2 strikes.
Jared loves throwing slow pitches to Ichiro, whether it be a changeup or curveball, just to try to get him out in front. He's generally going to have that swing in which the front hip is opening up, but he does a good job generally keeping his hands back and through the strike zone, but more difficult with a real slow pitch.
Here's the 0-2. Going to give him a chase, a fastball that is up and out of the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mentioned that horrendous May that Ichiro had. Very uncharacteristic for him. Hit just .210. 22 hits and 105 at-bats. Pitch down to the dirt. Bounced back in the month of June to hit .282. He's 6 for 24 so far in the month of July. Both of these teams 4-2 in the month of July. Both have continued to pitch well. The Angels have pitched to a 1.83 ERA here in July. The Mariners have responded with even better earned run average at 1.17. Full count.
3 batters in this inning, 3-2 count for Jared. Of course, with Ichiro up, the most consistent Mariner hitter with runners in scoring position. You have an open base. He's trying to make him swing at that curveball in the dirt. First 2 pitches were slow and out of the strike zone, but Ichiro made a pass at it. But these last 3, no, he took them. Especially that first pitch high out of the zone after being behind 0-2.
Gutierrez with a leadoff single and a stolen base stands at second with 1 out. Outfield shallow for the Angels with Ichiro at the plate. Vernon extremely shallow in left and toward the foul line. Borges toward the alley in left center. Now Jared and Mathis want to talk things over. Mariners playing in their 88th game. They've struggled offensively all season long. Still have had moments this year where they've played exceptional baseball. Month of May, a perfect example, 15 and 11. Starting the year at 13 and 15. Dropped back to 11 and 16 in June. Payoff pitch. It's fouled off. This one into the front row of seats just over the Angels dugout. Hopefully everybody's all right. It appears as if perhaps that may have gotten somebody. So we'll reset and do it again at full count. Brendan Ryan is on deck. Another 3-2 on its way. Ichiro takes that one. It gets through the legs of Jeff Mathis. And it allowed Gutierrez to get to third base. And what that does, in a sense, is it opens up the possibility for Ichiro to take off for second and kind of take the double play that will end the inning out of effect.
Curveball right between the legs.
It's a ball. It's got to be blocked.
He was in position. He had the glove there and everything, but it got underneath the webbing of the glove. Really, that's a good point.
Here's Brendan Ryan, one of 4 strikeout victims for Jared Weaver. He's thrown a lot of pitches here in the 3rd inning. 19 total pitches. Ryan fouls off the first pitch. Ichiro, the team leader in stolen bases with 22. Been caught 4 times.
Well, you might see him going rather quickly here. He's been pretty successful as far as stealing bases against Jared also. And Ryan's a guy that will hit into a double play, so they might have some movement here to try to take out of that possibility happening.
Doesn't go, and Ryan lines one to left field. That'll score a run. Ichiro down in second, heading to third. Ryan is going to second base with an RBI double. 1-0 Seattle. Brendan Ryan with his 12th double, his 25th run batted in.
Slider there by Jarrett, and it stayed up. Ryan was able to get through that baseball, hit that into left field for a double. We was trying to get that slider down and away to see if he could hit it at the bottom of the ball and hit it to an infielder for a double play. Said elevated enough where Ryan could be successful.
Unlike the first 2 innings where he was very sharp, very effective, and very quick through the order. We pointed out throwing a lot of pitches here in the 3rd inning. As the off-speed pitch lifted in the air towards shallow center field. Borges is coming on, still coming on. He'll make the running catch for the second out. Howard Kendrick continued out there. He did a nice job because I'm not sure if Borges either 1 saw it or 2 was going to get to that baseball, but eventually did.
Yeah, because that long swing like that will freeze an outfielder at times, and that's Howie's job to go back until called off, and Peter Borges eventually made the call on how he got out of the way. It's much easier to play for an outfielder coming in. That way you're not going to try to score on that baseball. Howie gets out of the way just in time.
Ichiro was
communication.
Yeah, Ichiro was down the line, so because that ball was hit so shallow, was not going to be tagging. So 2 outs. Justin Smoke at the plate. We saw 1 pitch leading off the second and hit a little dribbler back to Weaver. Takes the fastball up and away. Smoke 241 on the season to start this game. 12 home runs and 42 runs batted in. One ball, 1 strike. Ichiro standing at third base. It's Brendan Ryan at second. As Smoke lost him in the air to shallow left center field. Ibar going out. Wells coming on. Vernon Wells at the last minute makes the catch. That will end the inning. But Seattle strikes first. They get a run on a couple of hits. Lead 2 on. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Angels trailing it. Bottom of the third, Doug Fister with 1 strikeout and 1 hit allowed. He's also hit a batter. Facing 9-1-2 for the Angels here in the third inning. Mathis, Izturis, and Torrey Hunter. Jeff takes a strike on the inside corner. Mathis 2 for 11 on this homestand, hitting 190, a couple of home runs, 11 runs batted in. Started the first 2 games against the Tigers. I think Conger got the start on the plate yesterday. Angel Hernandez, first base umpire. Okay, now we saw this a couple of days ago. Angel Hernandez was over on the third base side with Justin Verlander. And apparently it has something to do with the moisture from the mouth going directly to the baseball as opposed to being wiped off first while on the dirt. Mathis fouls this one back, and it's 1-2, and eventually Verlander got ejected from the game after he had been removed by the interim skipper, Lloyd McClendon. That followed, or was followed, by the ejection of Ricky Porcello, who was in the dugout and had no idea he had been ejected.
He shouldn't have opened his mouth, or at least yawned.
Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Angel Hernandez, the crew chief,
Acting crew chief. With Joe West not here. 2-2 pitch. Outside, full count. And seldom do you see that, the same crew hanging over for consecutive series in one ballpark. Outside, he walked it. A leadoff walk to Jeff Mathis. First, a free pass issued by Doug Fister. Hey, fans, tomorrow is the next Flashback Friday. That's right, tomorrow being Friday. It is. It automatically becomes Flashback Friday. The Angels will sport their 1990s uniforms when they take on the Seattle Mariners at 7:05. To purchase your tickets today, visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com. Izturis dropping a bunt foul on the third base side, and it snowballs in 1 strike. Did you wear 23 with the Angels?
Yes, I did.
Zach Greinke hit wasn't pitching for the Angels. I think of 23. That's what I think of with the Royals.
No, you don't. Cesar Geronimo, you do.
That's it.
Before I got there. The great outfielder. Remember the Cincinnati Reds World Championship clubs.
Yeah. Remember watching those teams from my crib.
Boy, you were on fire today.
Izturis hit a fly ball to center field in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1.
Must be the warm weather for you.
Oh, feisty. Meiser pops this one up behind the plate. Oliva will give chase, and he'll run out of room.
Doug Fish is pretty active. There's a couple pop-ups. He's running in there and making the play himself.
The Mariner fans playing it off as he caught it. It actually went off 3 Angel fans, and it rolled to his feet. Looks like a cousin of mine. Name is Joey. One ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Meiser rolling it softly towards second. It's going to be tough to turn 2, or is it? Izturis legs it out. But Meiser didn't look like he was running that well down the line. Looked like it took him for a while to get down that line. A slow hit ball. Nice feed by Ackley to Brendan Ryan.
Got himself out of the way. Strong throw across. Just barely beat that one. Off the end of the bat. Still that issue with the foot for Meiser. Just a few games, recent time with that injury to his foot. Quite get down there as quickly as he normally would get down.
So 1 out, 1 on. Meiser takes off. High chopper toward third. This is going to be an infield single. It is. Torrey Hunter legs out. A chopper off the plate. Look at a little hit and run with the way Torrey swung at that pitch. And Meiser on the move. second hit of the game for the Angels.
And I think it can be an effective tool going against Doug Fister, but the fact is he's a sinker ball pitcher, so it's much easier to go hit the ball on the ground if you put on the hit and run, and that was executed perfectly. Torrey ends up getting an infield base hit. So you did a nice job as much as you could do on that play. Almost you're better off when you're a young player like that, hold on to that base. You're not going to throw anybody out on a ball chopped that high.
John Figgins looking on, basically saying, I couldn't have thrown out Torrey. That's a put it in your pocket type of play. Here's Bobby Abreu, who lined out right back to Fister in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Mistura standing at second. Torrey is over at first. Seattle getting a run on a couple of hits and a walk in the third inning. It's inside. Like Fister on that last pitch kind of just got around that cut fastball.
You know, the perfect way to throw a cut fastball is to stay on top just like your fastball. At the very end, think of almost like you're throwing a football. It's that slight tilt in your wrist has that cutting action in on the left-handed batter if you're a right-handed pitcher.
Until you back it up with a two-seam fastball. It's 2-1. That's why everyone, especially over the last couple of years, talking about the evolution of the cut fastball, the sinking fastball, neutralizing hitters if you're willing to pitch inside. Perfect example of it in back-to-back pitches there as Bobby chases that one, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, you can't live on that two-seam fastball inside if you're a right-handed pitcher against left-handed. You have to neutralize that swing by being able to throw that cut fastball in and keep him honest. That's what Greg Maddux made himself so effective, is throwing that cut fastball in, backing up with a two-seam fastball, because the left-handed batter freezes thinking it's going to be a ball, but it runs back and catches the corner.
I can think of two guys off the top of my head that could live solely on their sinking fastball. I'll tell you about it in just a sec here. 2-2. Outside full count. Kevin Brown and Brandon Webb when he first came up with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Both sinkers that just fall off the table. Those guys can throw sinker after sinker after sinker and neutralize both righties and lefties.
And just get beaten up on, if you're a hitter, just beating the ball right into the ground.
A full count here on Abreu with one out in the third. Pickoff attempt, and Mistura able to get back in there. Looks like that throw kind of handcuffed Brendan Ryan. At baseball is Sturz and Ryan kind of all in the same space.
Daylight play put on by Ryan to be able to get the pickoff. The Angels a lot of times will run 3-2 with one out, but a left-handed batter up, the runners are already in scoring position at second base, and Bobby, an RBI producer, I wonder if they will indeed go.
That's a tough play for a middle infielder. You're anticipating that ball hitting the base runner, and that's what handcuffed Ryan. The runners go. Bobby pulls this one into right field. They Sturz around third. He'll score easily. Torrey over to third base, and we are tied at one as Bobby Abreu picks up his 35th run batted in.
Well, got that fastball down and did a good job of getting it back through there. Was down the middle part of the plate. Much easier for Bobby to hit. Doing another big RBI. Tough series against Detroit. 1300th career run batted in for Bobby. Pitch down in the strike zone. Great job, Bobby, swinging through that. An impressive total for Bobby Abreu. 1300th career RBI.
Vernon Wells takes a strike. Bobby 8th on the active list in runs batted in with the 1300. Pudge Rodriguez next at 1332. Alex Rodriguez has over 1800 as that pitch is outside. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. This one out towards center field. Will frees Gutierrez in center field and will be deep enough to score Torrey Hunter. A sac fly for Vernon Wells, and the Angels have their first lead of the night, 2-1.
Solid approach there by Vernon. Got a pitch to get up in the air and get that run across. Doing a good job. 32nd RBI of the season for Vernon Wells. See his foot a little tender from stepping on the base the other day. Wanted to get a pitch up so he could hit it in the air. Pfister, generally a guy that's going to get ground balls. That sinker was up. Vernon gets the job done.
Quick throw to first base, and Bobby just back in there. Here's Howie Kendrick, the lone strikeout victim for Doug Pfister in this ball game. That came in the second. Upstairs, and again, looked like Pfister just kind of getting underneath that pitch. Both starters, Jared Weaver and Pfister, scuffling just a bit here in the third inning. After both getting off to terrific starts for the first two. This one out toward right center field. Nobody's going to get this one all the way to the wall. Heading toward third base is Bobby Abreu. He's going to be waved home. Relay not in time. It's an RBI double for Howie Kendrick. 3-1 Halos.
And Howie just continues to have that great approach as far as hitting the ball the other way with authority. Continues that hit streak now. 16-game hit streak for Howie. Gets the RBI out of it also, giving him RBI number 29.
Howie extends his hitting streak to 16 games.
With the hands that go through that baseball, and the baseball explodes off the bat as he comes through that pass. The fastball gets deeper in the strike zone. So effective Howie has been with that approach.
That 16-game hitting streak tying, or matching, if you will, his career high that he set back in 2006. It's the best mark for an Angel hitter this season. He stands at second base. Eric Ibar at the plate. He had the Angels' first hit with 2 outs in the second. Ibar takes outside. 3 runs on 3 hits. The sacrifice fly net fielder's choice by Meister Sturis. Even though we thought he was kind of getting down the line a little bit slowly, perhaps maybe that toe still bothered him, still able to leg it out and thus keeping the inning alive. Torrey had that infield base hit on what appeared to be a hit and run. Bobby with the RBI single, Wells with the sac fly, now Howie with the double.
He had a whole inning change because Meister was able to get to that base. He called safe by getting down there just quick enough. And the wheels in motion for Mike Scioscia, hit and run. Torrey Hunter gets an infield hit out of it. Bobby Abreu with a great swing on his 3-2 pitch.
That is pulled in. What a terrific play by Adam Kennedy at first base on the one-hopper, robbing Ibar of potential extra bases and an RBI. Bobby Abreu, career RBI number 1,300. The Angels score 3 times and they lead it 3-1. Now for our AT&T trivia question, Howie Kendrick, the 6th Angels All-Star second baseman. Who are the other 5?
Remember Johnny Ray in 1988.
Oh, yeah. I remember that as well. I was here that summer. First pitch to Dustin Ackley is in there for a strike. Ackley, Olivo, and Seager. Scheduled 3 guys for Seattle. Ackley, a strikeout victim, his first time up as he takes that pitch just in off the plate. And the count is even at 1-1. Jared with 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 3 hits allowed. This one lifted in the air down the right field line. Tailing away from Torrey Hunter near the railing, runs out of room. Landing in the front row. Ricochets to Torrey. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nice job by the offense to respond for that run for the Mariners by scoring 3 themselves. The Angels, good approach to the plate, aggressive base running. Sure did a nice job too of limiting that damage last inning at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, and got through that inning. Got a pop up by Adam Kennedy and a fly ball to left field by Justin Smoke. Got through the inning, only 1 run allowed. The offense comes back, scores 3 for him.
The 1-2 pitch, off speed, pops up, middle of the infield. Weaver standing there, and Meister-Sturis with the call and the catch. 1 out. Pitchers are such good athletes. I can't believe they can't catch the popper. Brings up Miguel Olivo.
I love the call for him too, but every time I get called out of the way. But then you become the director of traffic, coming in there to point who's going to catch that ball, because you know as a pitcher it's an easy play.
And pointing is so effective as
It is.
everybody's looking up for the baseball.
It's
so,
up in the air.
It is so nice of you to show the fans sitting at the stadium where the baseball is at, as Olivo shoots one out toward right center field. Long run for Peter Borges. He'll make the basket catch. I think he may have heard some footsteps there from Torrey Hunter. Either that or showing some of the style that Torrey and Vernon kind of showed him in spring training.
Peter had a good read on that, but Torrey was in position to make the play himself. But that's the play that Mike Scioscia wants Peter Borges to get. As a center fielder, you are the quarterback of the outfield defense. Although you have gold gloves on the right and left of you, that's your play to make.
You're a big fan of the basket catch out in center field, especially on a long run.
No. That means I got to run it back up a base, and I didn't think I was going to have to.
Kyle Seager takes down low. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Seager, a strikeout victim himself in the 2nd inning. One ball, 1 strike.
Seager and Ackley, both teammates at University of North Carolina. That's a pretty good baseball club.
Is that Brian Roberts' dad? Coaches there?
I think coached. I think you're right.
Is he still there?
I remember him being there at one point. Put together a pretty good baseball program. They generally always think of them as a basketball program. The baseball team's been pretty solid.
2-1 is fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two on its way. Seager takes her. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. A 1-2-3 inning for Jared, his 2nd of the game. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Halos on top 3-1.
by El Pollo Loco. Now for only $5 at El Pollo Loco, get one of our 5 tasty combos. They are the combos other combos wish they could be. Catch them before they are gone. And by Time Warner Cable.
Halos on top by the score of 3-1. Bottom third of the order up here. Trumbo, Borges, and Mathis against Doug Pfister. Jumbo, no official at bat for him. He was hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count in the second inning. As the count evened up on him at 1 ball, 1 strike.
A nice job by Jarrett Weaver putting up a 0 after the offense gives him that 3-1 lead. He threw 10 pitches. 10 pitches in the first, 10 in the second, 25 in the third, and back to 10 in the fourth inning.
5 punch outs now for Weaver, giving him 119 on the season. 2-1. Off speed, rolled foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Mariners with a run on 3 hits. They've stranded 3. The Angels 3 runs, 4 hits. They've also left 3 on base. Pfister's had 1-2-3 inning. That was in the first, just like Weaver. Jared's had 2 of them. Just completed his second in the top of the 4th. That's down low. Full count. Peter Borges on deck. Mathis to follow, then back to the top of the order. Here's a 3-2. Trumbo gets jammed. Hits it foul down the right field line. Like the product of a guy that was looking away for that either cut fastball or slider. Had a fastball run in on him.
Pfister with 5 full counts already this game.
There's that slide piece. May have gotten a piece of Miguel Olivo's bare hand.
Yeah, it looked like it got him by his reaction. Cut fastball. Hand left out exposed. A lot of times you'll see a catcher with the hand behind the back. Protect that hand from that exact thing happening to it.
Hard hit toward the hole. Backhanded by Brendan Ryan. Trumbo is retired for the first down. Let's get back to our AT&T trivia question. Howie Kendrick, the 6th All-Star second baseman in Angels history. Who are the other 5?
Bobby Grist has to be in there also.
Sandy Alomar, Bobby Knopp. Pretty good list of guys.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun for Howie when he goes out to Arizona, making his first All-Star team. Bobby's been in quite a few of them, including winning a home run hitting contest in an All-Star game.
One ball, 1 strike on Peter Borges, who popped out. Miguel Olivo to end the second inning. This one rolled foul. Again, our congratulations to Jordan Walden, selected for the All-Star team today, replacing Mariano Rivera. He was next in line in the players' vote.
I got to talk to him today. He was super excited about the honor of being selected to the All-Star game.
Little jam shot into center field. And there's a base hit for Peter Borges. A 1-for-2 game. It's a speedy runner at first base with 1 out here in the 4th inning. And Jeff Mathis coming to the plate. Walden, the 6th rookie All-Star for the Angels. The first since Jason Dixon in '97. Wally Joyner prior to that in '86. Mark Clear in 1979. Dave Chalk in '74. And Ken McBride in 1961. Quick throw to first, and Peter is back. Borges with 11 stolen bases. He's been caught 4 times. Team leader is Eric Ibar. Second on the list, Bobby Abreu, 13. Ivor has 17. Mathis drew a walk in the third inning. No ABs for him. Showing bunt takes a strike. Fister took something off that pitch. All the other games in the American League, a final. Cleveland beat Toronto. Tampa Bay defeated New York. Boston all over Baltimore 10-4. Texas shut out Oakland 6-0. Detroit beat Kansas City 3-1, and Minnesota defeated the White Sox 6-2.
Just as the White Sox battled their way all the way back to 500, now lost 3 in a row to fall 3 games below 500 at AL Central race.
No balls, 2 strikes. About that game last night in St. Louis. Reds and Cardinals. Reds got up 8-0. Tied it up, played 13 innings. That was late, too.
Why you never give up in a game. You always have that opportunity. You just never know if a mistake's going to be made in the field, and all of a sudden you capitalize and come back in the game. A lot of guys down in that bullpen when it's 8-0, you think, okay, I'm not in the game, and all of a sudden you get the edge going once again, and then you go out and you fail an opportunity to be able to hold a lead.
St. Louis and the red hot Pittsburgh Pirates both off tonight. Here at the Big A, the Angels getting 3 runs in the bottom of the third, answering the 1 run the Mariners put on the board at the top of that inning. Made it 3-1. Play here in the fourth with 1 out. Peter Bourjos standing at first base. Now Olivo and Fister would like to talk things over at the 1-2 count here on Mathis.
We're just maybe going here with the anticipation of an off-speed pitch. Potentially, if it's going to be a breaking ball in the dirt, better opportunity to be successful stealing the bag.
Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, long look in for Fister. Pretty good lead for Bourjos at first, 2-2, and Mathis chops one off the plate to the left side. They go to second, I should say, for 1. The relay's not in time. The third baseman, Cal Seager, cutting in front of Brendan Ryan. And I think because of that, they get the lead runner in Bourjos.
Bourjos put a late slide and tried to break up that double play, so hardened the base, prevented the double play from happening. He might have hit his leg right on that base, a high chopper. Seager to throw over to Ackley, but that slide in there prevents a good throw. We talked about Meister being safe last inning to be able to get an inning going. And of course, Mathis now safe at first base because of that takeout by Peter Bourjos. And everybody in that team went over there to talk to Bourjos. Been a job well done as far as preventing the double play. Good hard slide in there and then roll up. Sure, Ackley wasn't going to be able to get that pivot foot going as far as getting a strong throw to first base.
Hal McRae would be proud.
I was going to say that.
Meister bouncing it foul, no balls, 2 strikes, although Hal's roll blocks at second base would have occurred about 10 feet beyond second base, just shy of the outfield grass.
And Willie Randolph would still be rolling out in the outfield grass.
Quick throw to first. Mathis back. It's Sturson this game 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and reached on the fielder's choice to second base. Eventually came around to score the first run. Ball on 2 strikes. Fister now at 76 pitches as we play here in the 4th. 46 strikes, 30 balls.
And you mentioned that pitch count too. By that takeout at second, forces that pitch count up even more so. An extra 4 or 5, even 6 pitches here since that play at second turn.
Swing and a miss. Doesn't matter on the throwdown as Izturis is a strikeout victim. We've played 4 here at the Big A, and the Angels still have a 3-1 lead. Arizona Desert for one spectacular night. The summer's biggest event as Fox brings you every thrilling moment of the 2011 MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday live from Phoenix at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox. And don't forget, you can see a special world premiere sneak preview of the upcoming Fox show, The X Factor, during the broadcast.
Oh, yeah, man. It's a big night.
Simon Cowell's new show.
Will he be happy on the show?
Why would he be? Gutierrez hitting one out toward left field. Vernon Wells going back, and he will make it. The catch. Just he steps onto the track. There's out number 1. Gutierrez just out in front of that one.
Yeah, look like he just got off the end of the bat. He's going to be aggressive, try to get a fastball. A lot of these Mariner hitters in general against Sherry Weaver just try to hope they get that fastball first pitch. They're going to be very aggressive as far as swinging because they don't want to fall behind and have to fight off whether it's the curveball, slider, or changeup. Sign of a very good pitcher when you get some quick 1-pitch, 2-pitch outs because they don't want to fall behind in the count.
Carlos Peguero, a strikeout victim in the 3rd innings. He's 0 for 1. 1 of 5 punch outs for Jared. Takes the off-speed pitch down low, and it's 2-0. Weaver, since giving up that RBI double to Brendan Ryan in the 3rd inning, has retired the last 6 in a row. 5 fly ball outs, 1 punch out, and that was of Seager to end the 4th. There comes a 2-0 pitch. Peguero takes a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Carlos Peguero. Yeah, that possesses a lot of power. Off-speed pitch, a swing and a miss.
Oh, that's a straight pitching. Peguero's thinking maybe he's going to throw a 2-0 changeup. Instead, he throws a fastball 89 miles an hour right down the middle of the plate. He takes it, then he goes hacking at the changeup the very next pitch. Joe's going to go back-to-back changeups.
This one out towards center field. Off the end of the bat, Borges comes in on it. He'll make the catch for the 2nd out. And that's definitely one of those as a center fielder where You get completely fooled because Peguero doesn't change his approach. Regardless of the pitch, he's hacking at maximum effort. And that was a changeup off the end of the bat.
It was a changeup, and that's the big thing. He's been able to change speed so well. 70-mile-an-hour slowest pitch, best pitch, hardest pitch, 93. 23-mile-an-hour differential for Weave tonight. That's the thing. It's difficult. Center fielder with a swing like that type of power. But it was a great pitch as far as the changeup, back-to-back changeups by Weave.
A ball and a strike on Ichiro. Tonight 0 for 1 with a fly to right and a walk. The only base on balls that Jared Weaver has allowed, the 31st of the season. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
See if he comes back with the changeup like he did against Peguero with the changeup 2-1. We'll throw it at sinking, no-seam fastball.
This one bounced over to third. Asturis has it from the cut of the grass, and Ichiro retired. Make that consecutive innings in which Weaver has retired the side in order. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Angels still on top. Torrey Hunter to lead things off here against Doug Fister, followed by Bobby Abreu and then Vernon Wells. Fister with a couple of strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 hits allowed. Breaking pitches down low. Torrey had one of those 5 hits on the night, 3 of which came in the 3rd. 1 for 2. This one line into left field, a base hit. Leadoff man is on board for the Angels.
Now it's time for a Jaguar performance. Bobby Abreu last at bat on a 3-2 count. Gets a fastball down in the strike zone, turns on it, base hit through the hole. Career RBI number 1,300 for Bobby Abreu. Impressive career for Bobby.
Stepping to the plate now, 1 for 2. The RBI this season, his 35th. But now is it safely in 8 of his last 10 games. A couple of guys in the Mariners bullpen just starting to stretch a little bit, get the blood flowing. Torrey goes, will hit and run. The throw goes to second base. They get the lead runner. Turns out to be a double play. Goes 1-6-3.
Torrey getting a pretty good job, but Fister, again, like I mentioned earlier in the game, does a good job of fielding position. He got rid of that baseball extremely fast, and Ryan got out of the way too, got to the base, used the base as protection, pushed away, and made a strong throw to the first base. That was a good feed by Fister. Allow Brendan Ryan to be able to get the feed and move away from the slide of Torrey Hunter at second base.
Vernon swinging first pitch, lines one out to right field, and Ichiro will make the catch. That will end the inning. It's a very quick bottom of the fifth. A 4-pitch inning for Doug Fister. 5 in the books. Halos still lead at 3-1.
Inning now. It's time for the Coors Light freeze can. Doug Fister running fastball in on the hands of Vernon Wells, shatters the bat. Vernon thought he had a good pitch to hit, and all of a sudden below the label of the bat, shatters it in half. Ground ball to shortstop. See how much that bat was shattered by that running fastball. That was a Coors Light freeze can. Brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Yeah, as kids, we used to take those bats with little nails, put it back together, and it'd still be good for stickball.
Oh, they'd be great for stickball.
In the 6th inning, 2, 3, and 4 for the Seattle Mariners, with the Angels leading it. Brendan Ryan fouls off the first pitch. Ryan with an RBI double in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2. The double is 12th. The RBI his 25th.
Oh, stickball. That was a lot of fun playing back in the day when we were young.
Pretty sweet too. You know, it's summertime.
It is a good look.
Yeah. I think he listens to the hair bands of the 80s.
Oh, no question. Cinderella, Skid Row, Winger.
I'll tell you what, nice job by Mike McCready, guitarist for Pearl Jam, doing the national anthem tonight. Ryan looked like he went around. Angel Hernandez rings him up. 1 and 2.
Closed my eyes for a while. I thought it was Jimi Hendrix playing out there at the national anthem.
No, you didn't.
Well, I
mean, you may have closed your eyes. You may have actually dozed off and been dreaming about Jimi Hendrix, but
he can play the guitar.
1-2 pitch. Ryan hits a fly ball to deep left. Vernon Wells going back there. Wow. Jimmy was pretty good.
Oh, man, he was amazing.
This is what we were talking about before the game. The top of your screen, you see Gooby falling asleep up there.
No, I was kidding. No way. I was into that.
Your head bobbing?
Oh, yeah.
Adam Kennedy with a 1-ball, no strike count. He's 0 for 2, having popped out to third and a fly ball to center. Takes a strike. Made a terrific defensive play, robbing Eric Ibar in the 3rd inning on the shot that was headed down into the right field corner, but Kennedy playing first today. Collected himself, got the out to end the innings. This one off the mound, and Howie Kendrick moving to his right will retire Kennedy for out number 2. That ball may have gotten a piece of Jared Weaver. If it did, it's a 1-4-3 put out.
Off the end of the bat. Good breaking ball. It's close enough to give him some love there. 1-4-3.
You wanted it?
Yes, I do.
You wanted an assist for that?
Yes. Helps out that fielding percentage, a potential Gold Glove.
We'll see what Norm Peters, the legend stats man, can find out for us. See if Jared does get the assist. Justin Smoke takes outside.
I once got an assist on a line drive. It broke my leg. I went over the first base for an out. Whatever it takes, get it out. It hurt a little bit.
I bet. Off-speed pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes. That was you were going to be traded, weren't you?
Yes.
Well, there was conversations of you being traded.
Yeah, it was.
You put off the conversation until after the game.
I said I'll wait till after the game.
That kind of ruined things for Herc. Robinson, the GM. Smoke bouncing this one foul. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, there's no better feeling to BS if you would approve a trade just before you go out to pitch. It's pretty comfortable.
And unfortunately, Jared here does not get credit for an assist. Just a 4-3 put out.
We're going to have to go back to instant replay right now. Just make sure that's official.
You're not for instant replay, but you want to go back and give Jared an assist. Smoke fouling it off the left, 2-2. Oh, we got dueling Mohawks.
It's all about the 4th of July. Not too just a few days ago.
Somebody having a sale on those things? 2-2. Upstairs, full count.
Jared overthrowing that fastball. You wonder if he's going to drop a changeup right now. Going to come in with that no-seam fastball inside.
And we got him to pop it up to shallow left field. Vernon Wells jogging in. Will make the catch. 11 in a row retired by Jared Weaver since a double by Brendan Ryan in the 3rd. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Halos still on top. Moments in MLB All-Star Game history. Go to MLB.com/moments and vote now for your favorite Midsummer Classic moment. And tune in to the 2011 MLB All-Star Game on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific here on Fox to find out who won. You know who the two are?
No, I was going to ask you, what games were they?
Howie Kendrick takes a breaking pitch for a strike. In the American League, Cal Ripken's last All-Star Game in 2001, where he moved from third base to shortstop, and he also homered.
Against Chan Ho Park.
Timeout. That was at Safeco, right?
Safeco, yes.
0-1 pitch is down low. That's when Tommy Lasorda took the bat in the third base coach's box, too, right? Wasn't it that game also?
It had to be. That was perfect.
National League 1955 All-Star Game. Stan Musial, walk-off home run in the 12th inning to win the ball game. Howie Kendrick rolls a foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stan the Man. Got to go with Stan the Man. If your nickname is Stan the Man,
it's got to be.
You win everything that you do.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no contest.
Great swing and even better nickname.
Howie Kendrick 1 for 2, had an RBI double in the 3rd. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, I would make my dinner reservations as Stan the Man. Or just the man?
That's definitely front of the line material.
Yeah. Oh, you don't bother with the velvet ropes. Kendrick cues Alwood foul, and count remains at 2-2. That's the kind of stuff you pull in Beverly Hills.
Oh yeah.
Reservation for two. The man.
Yeah. Spell my name out about 150 times. Oh, no doubt.
That ball, check swing. Did he go? Is what Chad Fairchild is asking. He did not swing, so it's going to be a hit by pitch. The question is, where did it get Howie, and how bad is it?
Well, early in his career, Howie got hit a lot on his hand. It seems like it got him in a decent spot, if there was ever a decent spot as far as his hand. Torrey Hunter early in this homestand got hit the same type of pitch.
Forearm, the right forearm.
Yeah, more of the forearm
area.
Yeah.
Second hit batter of the game for Doug Fister. He hit Trumbo earlier. I'll tell you what, credit Chad Fairchild, the home plate umpire, especially with a 2-2 count there, asking for help of Angel Hernandez to see if Howie did go around on the swing.
He's done a nice job behind the plate tonight. Very active. Moving around his spot there behind the plate. He's calling a good game. He's in position to make some good calls.
Leadoff man on board, Eric Ibar at the plate, and pulls this one over to second base. Ackley bobbles it for a second. They get the lead runner. Unable to turn the double play, and Ibar reaches on the fielder's choice. Nice job by Ackley, at least to keep the baseball in front of him. Get the lead runner for the first out.
It's a tough hop, hit well by Ibar. Line gets away from that base quickly to avoid the slide from Howie, but no chance to be able to get Ibar running down the line.
Mark Trumbo at the plate, 0 for 1, hit by that pitch as we were just talking about back in the second. And he grounded out to Brendan Ryan, the shortstop, leading off the fourth. Pulls this one foul. No balls in this track. Fister threw a lot of pitches in the second, third, and fourth innings, 20, 25, and 21 respectively, but threw only 4 pitches in the fifth. For the Mariners, as Fister is getting ready to throw his 90th pitch, starting to get action going in their bullpen. Right-hander Chris Ray, first man up. The Mariners bullpen that has been very good of late. It's been pretty good all season long. Brandon League's an all-star. They've only allowed 1 run over the last 18 innings. As Trumbo pulls one down to the left field line. This one's got a chance, and it is foul. Mark Reppinger, the third base umpire, making the call. And emphatically.
He'll be in position to make that call. Going down the line to get a good view. Fastball inner half, and Trumbo got his hands through the baseball, just trying to keep it fair. It pulls around and goes foul by the foul pole. I don't think Fister's going to throw anything on the inner half this time around. More likely a slider or a cut fastball away.
One and two. Ibar reaching the fielder's choice. And forced out Howie Kendrick at second base for the first out here in the sixth inning. Trumbo flipping this one out to right. Ichiro going back on it. Well, that ball carried. I thought that was just a short pop up to right field. That's how strong Trumbo is. Ichiro got to the edge of the warning track, 2 outs.
Boy, fooled on that baseball. Still able to hit it to the warning track just in front of the wall. Cut fastball down and away. It's impressive plate coverage.
That's a home run in Texas and a home run in New York, for sure.
There's a chance of Boston too in that by the bullpens.
Yeah. Philadelphia, no question.
Everything's a home run in Philadelphia.
Everything. Quick throw to first. Ibar is back. 2 outs. Borges at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a base at the center in the 4th.
Chicago, where the ball flies out the right center field, that's out by a mile.
U.S. Cellular.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, congratulations to Paul Konerko and Shane Victorino. They're the 34th men.
Paul Konerko deserved it to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, his numbers are amazing.
It's kind of like the campaign they had in Chicago, Polestar.
Who started that, Hawk?
Probably. Borges ahead of the count of 2 balls and no strikes. Two and one. Well, credit Doug Fister because he has battled, even though he gave up the 3 runs in the 3rd inning on 3 hits. You could see him kind of fighting himself today, whether it's getting underneath that slider or cut fastball. It has not been as sharp as we have seen him capable of being tonight.
He's basically been a one-pitch pitcher today as far as command of his fastball. He's been able to sink it. A lot of ground balls pulled foul.
This one out to left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Figueroa cuts it off. Ibar is trying to go to third base. The throw is not in time. Ibar is in there. Eric Wedge is going to come out and argue his call with Chad Fairchild. What would have been the 3rd out of the inning. And from the naked eye, just from our vantage point, it looked as if that ball beat Ibar there. But the call goes safe. Angel Hernandez cuts across the diamond to join in the conversation.
Garrett did a nice job as far as getting himself in good throwing position. Strong throw. He looked like he got him there at third base before Eric was able to get the foot in. No, the tag was not tagged.
Yeah.
Great job at third base. Well, he had that perfect vision. Certainly the ball beat him there, but the tag was not applied to Eric Ibar.
Yep.
The one angle looked like they got him.
Yep.
And from that angle, perfect angle where he was at, he made the perfect call. Way through, no tag was made.
You know, really, it goes to Seager trying to get that left foot out of the way, and it kind of forced his body to kind of open up and swipe tag as Mathis chased the pitch up and out of the strike zone. It's 0-2.
Well, we've always talked about umpires getting himself in good position to make the proper call. That was excellent. Textbook as far as getting yourself in position to get a good view of the play at third base.
Oh, 2 pitch upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeff with a walk and a fielder's choice, so he's 0 for 1. Mathis lines one over to third. That will end the inning. The Angels leave 2 in scoring position. 6 in the books. Angels still on top 3-1. 3-1. Seattle sending up Ackley, Olivo, and Seager. It's Jared Weaver, who's retired the last 11 in a row. He's got 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 total hits allowed. 1 in the second, a base hit by Olivo, and 2 in the third inning. Ackley pulling one into right field for a leadoff base hit, so he's 1 for 3 on the night.
Jared's throwing him a lot of off-speed pitches.
Yeah.
Still out in front of that one. This time he kept his hands back a little bit longer.
He's got that tall stance to play where he kind of reminds me of Andy LaRoche.
He's hit at every level, too. He's certainly going to be the guy that's going to hit at the major league level, trying to be more consistent on the defensive side.
Ackley signing a 5-year major league contract coming out of the University of North Carolina. He's the 2nd overall pick in 09. There's Miguel Olivo, had a base hit in the second, a fly ball to center in the 4th.
Olivo don't get cheated either. He's up there hacking.
I think there are too many pitches that Miguel Olivo doesn't like. Off-speed pitch popped up on the infield. Mark Trumbo comes down the line. 1 out. Fans groups of 25 or more can enjoy exciting Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat. Make your plans to be part of the 50th anniversary celebration and book your group outing today by calling 888-796-HALO or by visiting angels.com/groups. There's Kyle Seager. 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Takes the breaking pitch for strike 1. Seager called up after the game against Oakland at the Coliseum yesterday. Pops this one up on the third base side. Izturis near the railing. Will make the catch. Drops.
Trying by Meister get towards that fence and move his way back as the ball came back into play. A little bit easier for him to make that catch. It's all about getting yourself in position into that warning track and by the fence and then work your way back. So he gets a feel for it just in case. The ball came back, makes the play. Jeff Mathis in position just in case it went off the glove, be able to make the play.
Was it Bob Boone, Pete Rose with the Philadelphia Phillies in front of the dugout?
Game 6, World Series.
2 outs. Leadoff man Ackley, who on a base hit, stands at first base. Got a pretty good lead. Jared checking in on him. Franklin Gutierrez, a base hit, a stolen base, and a run scored in the 3rd inning. A fly ball to left in the 5th. A 1 for 2 game. Gutierrez making his season debut on May the 18th, starting the season on the disabled list. Takes a fastball for a strike. It kind of goes back to last year. He's having some stomach problems. Apparently diagnosed in the offseason as irritable bowel syndrome affecting him. And if it's going to affect somebody that badly, you know it's a serious situation.
Lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. 41 games he missed to start the year as he takes a strike and a total of 2, and he still just hasn't been able to get back on track.
Even as you notice him in center field position, playing deeper in the outfield, I wonder if that energy level's there for him yet, or doesn't necessarily want to run into the wall, so he's back in that position to make the play. So he's still just trying to get a good feel for the game once again.
Fastball upstairs. Quick throw to first. Nice tag by Trumbo, but Ackley back in there.
A high fastball, quick transfer for Mathis down to first base, and a hard tag Like Trumbo at first, what it does is forces that base runner to stay a little bit closer to the base and they'll get a real big secondary lead.
1-2. He lays off the curveball. Two balls, two strikes. Ackley, another pretty good lead at first base in the 2-2. Gutierrez pulls it foul.
Gutierrez has a pretty good swing so far in the night against Jared. One of the few Mariner hitters that had two pretty good at bats. Had a base hit the first at bat and then hit a ball to the wall. Vernon Wells caught his second at bat. Pulled that fastball foul. Took that curveball in the dirt, so he's tracking the ball well. This is a time where you might want to think slider. See if we'll go with that pitch. Outside corner.
Going with the changeup, and it misses down low. With a 3-2 count and 2 outs, Ackley will be off of the pitch at first base. Trumbo playing behind Ackley now. Jared having allowed 4 hits so far in this ball game and having struck out 5. Here's a 3-2. Breaking pitch, rolls a foul.
This time he did go back with that slider, shook off the changeup and fastball away.
And it was this part of the order that kind of gave Jared some trouble to start the 3rd inning and eventually led to the first and only run for Seattle. Gutierrez picking up a single, stealing a base, scoring on the double by Brendan Ryan, but he had 3-2 counts on Gutierrez, Peguero, and Ichiro to start that 3rd.
Took off to a fastball away here.
This one grounded toward the hole. Ibar's got it to the backhand. Strong throw to first, not going to get him. And Ackley advances to third base. Infield single. Puts runners at first and 3rd and 2 outs, and Carlos Peguero coming to the plate.
Ibar shows excellent range to the backhand over that throw from the outfield grass. Ackley recognized that and was able to get into third base. As soon as that throw went across, he felt it was a good opportunity to be able to get there to that position. Not a bad idea if you're a base runner, because now you've somewhat taken away that split finger, the changeup or break a ball in the dirt.
Especially with 2 outs. Force the issue. There's Carlos Peguero 0 for 2. A strikeout victim in the 3rd, a fly to center in the 5th. Multi-hit game now for Gutierrez. 2 of the 5 hits for Seattle. 92 pitches thrown by Weaver. Off-speed pitch, big swing and a miss, 0-1.
Boy, that circle changeup that Jared has, you just sell that so well. Over the top of the pitch. Hitter thinks fastball. All of a sudden you're out in front, you can't keep your hands back and you swing and miss on that pitch.
Pronation of the arm, turning it over. Just missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
A good spot with that fastball right there, an inside corner after the circle changeup. Speed differential.
2 balls and a strike. Ichiro on deck. 16 pitches thrown by Weaver here in the 7th. And a 3-1 count now.
That's certainly the guy you don't want to have to come up in this situation. You try to get Figueroa out here to finish off the inning.
Ackley had the leadoff base hit to right field. He's standing over at third base. Gutierrez with the infield base hit with 2 outs here. Stands at first. Pretty good speed on the bases for Seattle. Figueroa 0 for 2 as I pointed out. Ichiro 0 for 2 but has drawn a walk. 96 pitches thrown by Jared. Here's a 3-1. Figueroa takes his stride.
A lot of confidence in your ability to throw a curveball for a strike there. 3-1. You got Ichiro on deck. And you drop a perfect curveball right on the outer half of the plate.
Gutierrez will be off at the pitch at first base. Trumbo playing deep.
And with that no-seam fastball inside.
3-2 is fouled off to the left. So Franklin has to head back to first base. Reset, do it again. Jared with 6 full counts in this ball game. Gutierrez takes off again to 3-2. Swing and a miss on the change piece. Down goes Figueroa. And the top of the 7th comes to an end. 7th inning stretch time at the Big A. Halos on top 3-1.
In 1964 pitched perhaps the greatest season of a Halo pitcher ever when he won the Cy Young Award.
In 1964, he was probably the best pitcher I've ever seen.
Very intimidating. Harmon Killebrew stepped out of the box once and said, "Buck, this guy's not even looking at me."
Nobody wanted to face him. Crazy farm boy.
7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. The Angels on top by the score of 3-1. The Mariners have pulled Doug Fister, their starter, from this game and have gone to their bullpen to bring on the right-hander Chris Ray.
And Doug Fister did a good job. It went 6 innings, only 3 runs allowed. And there's not a lot of run support. 1 run and support for Doug Fister today. And Chris Ray coming in the game, he's done a nice job in 21 games, 3-2 mark. ERA, though, over 5. Used to have one of the better fastballs in that closing spot. Still rush up there, 93-96 slider and a split finger fastball.
Facing the top of the order for the Angels, Mysur Asturis takes a fastball for a strike. It'll be Asturis, Hunter, and Bobby Abreu here in the 7th. Doug Fister went 6 innings, struck out 2, walked 1, gave up 3 runs, all earned on 7 hits. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Steers 0 for 3 in this ball game, but did reach on the fielder's choice and scored a run. That was back in the 3rd. Chris Ray, 29 years of age. Originally in the Baltimore Orioles organization, had that one huge year with Baltimore in 06. 33 saves and a 4-4 record, 2.73 ERA. That pitch is outside, 2-2. Started the year with Texas last year, pitched in 35 games. And they got traded to the San Francisco Giants as part of the Benji Molina trade. 2-2, pulled foul. The count remains at 2-2. So kind of a win-win for Chris Ray last year as far as playoff shares are concerned, being with the Texas Rangers and the world champion Giants.
It's living well.
No doubt. The Steers, this one down the line, but foul. The count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ray from Tampa, Florida. 3rd round pick in 03. Count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right-hander had Tommy John surgery in 2008. Missed all of the 08 campaign in the big leagues. Full count now with Torre on deck. Torre with a couple of hits, 2 singles. The bouncer back to the pitcher. 10 pitch at bat, or at least the 10th pitch is coming now. Oh, it's going to get to 11. Steers puts one out towards center field, chasing Gutierrez, and he will track it down for the first out. Tuesday, don't miss the world premiere of the X Factor. Simon Cowell is back with television's next big event. You can only catch it during the All-Star Game Tuesday, only on Fox. The X Factor.
The X Factor.
I can't wait.
Oh, you sold me.
DVRing it tonight. Is that the universal sign for X Factor?
Yes.
It's awesome. Torrey Hunter pulling one to the left side. Seager to his left has it. Torrey's retired for round number 2. So after a 12 pitch at bat to Meister Steers, it took 1 to retire Torrey. 2 outs, nobody on for Bobby Abreu. Bobby 1 for 3, had an RBI single in the 3rd inning, picking up his 1300th career run batted in. Just lined out, rolled into a double play the other 2 times. He'll look at his strike. Go with the off-speed pitch. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Halos needing a victory to stay a game back of the Texas Rangers in the American League West. They shut out the Oakland Athletics by the final of 6-0. Ray wants to do baseball after missing badly for the last 2. Looking at his hand, and has determined that it's the cowhide.
It is the baseball's fault.
Always is.
I always blame it on the baseball.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, go where I told it to go.
2-1. 3-1. Vernon on deck. He had a sacrifice fly in the third inning, picking up his 32nd run batted in. Full count.
There's still pretty good life on that fastball for Chris Ray. Fastball count. Full, Bobby, with that movement at 92 miles an hour.
Three-2 on its way. Bobby takes inside. It's a 2-out walk. Keeps the inning alive for Vernon Wells. He's 0 for 2 with that sac fly. Vernon is grounded out with a fly ball toward right field in the 5th inning. Swinging at that high fastball at 93 miles per hour. No balls at 1 strike. Gutierrez is playing Wells the opposite way, a couple of steps toward right center field. Ray with a quick throw to first. Big alley at left center field. Bobby takes off. Vernon fouls one back. This one will land in the seats just below us. So Brayer heads back to first. A 0-2 count on Vernon. In the top of the 8th inning, the Mariners have the top of their order coming up. This one, a little tapper to the right side. Ackley comes charging in, throws off balance, retires Wells. That will end the 7th for the Halos. 7 in the books, 3-1 Angels with Ichiro, Ryan, and Kennedy coming up to face Weaver. Jared Weaver's gone 7 innings so far, 5 hits, 1 earned run. Doug Fister 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. Abreu, Wells, Kendrick each with an RBI in the 3rd inning. Jared here in the 8th inning facing Ichiro to lead things off. Ichiro takes a strike. Ichiro with a fly ball to right, a walk, and a ground ball to third. That means he's 0 for 2 tonight. Estero is playing in on the grass at third base. The outfield shallow and swung around the opposite way as Ichiro fouls it off. And it's no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you can see he threw it late on that fastball, even though it was only 87, because the first pitch of the sequence was a changeup for a strike.
Down at the dirt, 1-2. Jared got into some trouble with 2 outs in the 7th inning, but ended up picking up the strikeout of Carlos Peguero, his 6th of the night, leaving runners at first and third base for Seattle. Nobody warming in the Angels pen. Jared had 102 pitches. Brendan Ryan on deck. Here comes the 1-2. Ichiro thought about it. 2-2 now. Riding that fastball upstairs. This one sharply hit towards short. Ibar's got the skimmer, gets rid of it quickly. There's out number 1. I mentioned that strikeout of Carlos Peguero set up by a terrific off-speed pitch.
Well, the big thing for Jared, he's in there looking in, he's shaking off the pitch, and there wasn't even a sign put down. That's all about trying to get the hitter to think something else. Pitch before that was a fastball. Peguero's thinking maybe another fastball, shook him off. Instead, he gets a changeup and swings at a pitch out of the strike zone. Good job by Weaver, but even better with Mathis as far as setting up the hitter, especially a young hitter like Peguero, not knowing exactly what he's going to go after him with.
Brendan Ryan steps to the plate. He's the Mariners' shortstop. He's 1 for 3, an RBI double in the 3rd. He had struck out and hit a fly ball to left. Two balls and no strikes. Ryan out of Notre Dame High School in Sherman Oaks. Swings and hits one up the middle. Ibar with a diving stop. Not going to be able to throw out Ryan. And it's going to go as an infield base hit.
Well, if he had any chance of throwing that baseball and he throws him out, that might have been the play maybe of the decade. Is that good? That ball was hit hard. This tremendous range. Boy, Ibar's so good at that position. When you have that type of range and that type of arm, I tell you what, he's got to be in consideration for the Gold Glove. There's no doubt about it.
He's played that well. Second hit of the night for Ryan. He stands at first. Here's Adam Kennedy, the first baseman. The off-speed pitch upstairs. The Angels start to get action going as Scott Downs starts to play catch on the pen. Kennedy batting in the 3 spot. 0 for 3. Pop up, fly ball to center, and a ground ball to second. This one out toward left, playable for Vernon Wells. That ball tailing back toward him. 2 outs. Fans, on Tuesday, July 19th, the Halos take on the Texas Rangers. That's a 7:05 start. And original owner Gene Autry will be inducted into the Angels Hall of Fame. All fans in attendance will receive an Angels Hall of Fame shirt courtesy of Smile Generation. To purchase your tickets today, visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com. So 2 outs with the man at first. Justin Smoke, the batter. Dangerous hitter. Off speed pitch, swinging first ball. Grounding one weakly to second. And the 8th comes to an end. We have the bottom of the 8th inning. The Angels still on top. Toyota dealers. And by Sit and Sleep. Save up to 50% with Sit and Sleep Independence Sale. Sit and Sleep will be anyone's advertised price or your mattress is free.
How much is it?
It's free, man. 3-1 Halos in the bottom of the 8th inning.
You're right.
Here's Howie Kendrick. Isn't that how the commercial goes?
Yes.
All right.
I love it.
I can't get to that octave, man. It's just too high pitch for me. Howie Kendrick leads things off. Oh, man. Howie fouling it off. No balls, 2 strikes against Chris Ray. It'll be Kendrick, Ibar, and Trumbo. Here in the 8th inning, Ray came on in the 7th, gave up a 2-out walk, and that was it. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Down goes Howie, and there's out number 1. Well, there's nobody up in the bullpen for the Angels, and as Jared was walking off the mound, you saw him kind of look toward the dugout, nodding yes, as if to tell Mike Scioscia and Mike Butcher that he wants to come back out, go after that CG.
Well, it's pretty interesting. The first guy towards that dugout when Jared was going off the field was Dan Herron. Both those guys. Very difficult for Mike Scioscia to pull those guys out of a close game like this.
Ibar hitting one into the corner. Ichiro giving chase. It's a one-hopper into the seats. A double for Ibar with 1 out here in the 8th.
Now it's time for a Coors Light cold, hard blast. Mark Trumbo yesterday on an off-speed pitch, slightly full, but still able to crush that ball out against Brad Penny and the Tigers in left center field. Almost it went out the right field today. It was a Coors Light cold, hard blast.
Trumbo 0 for 2. By the way, the double for Ibar, his 17th, a 2-hit game for him, going 2 for 4.
Not only on the defensive side, but the offensive side, Eric Ibar's had a fantastic season. Clutch as far as getting hits with guys in scoring position, in particular with the bases loaded this year. Very effective in all phases.
No balls and a strike.
17 stolen bases on the season, too. Let's see him try if he can get a good enough lead and jump. Steal third base.
He takes off. The 0-1 is chopped foul. He had a great jump, too.
Well, he was reading, you could tell. And Ray fairly slow to the plate because you got a lot of arm action and leg movement. He read it well.
Oh-2 pitch. Chopper foul. Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Trumbo hit by a pitch in the second, a grounded to short in the 4th. Fly ball that took Ichiro out to the warning track in right field. Halos looking for their 8th win on this homestand. 7-2 so far. Ground ball towards short. Brendan Ryan has it. Trumbo hustling all the way is retired for round number 2 as Ibar advances to third. We'll bring up Peter Bourjos. Tomorrow night, Blake Bevan going for the Mariners. Irvin Santana going for the Angels. Bevan 1-0 and a 1.29 ERA. Limited action in the big leagues. Santana 4-8 and a 3.89 earned run average. 7:05 start tomorrow, and we are on Fox Sports West.
Well, Irvin's slider of last few starts has been excellent, as has his velocity on the fastball.
Bourjos pulling one down the line. Fair ball heading into the corner. Ibar comes in to score. Bourjos on his way to second. He's going to stop right there with an RBI double. There are too many people that hit a ball into the corner and are thinking triple. The question is, did he hurt himself? And it looks like he did. It's an RBI double for Borges, his 17th run batted in, and his 15th double. Rick Smith, the assistant trainer, coming out.
I think that abrupt stop he had in between second and third. Well, look how quick those hands are through that baseball. Nope, grabbing that hamstring area, it looks like.
He reached the right back of the right leg. Never a good sign. Alberto Callaspo comes on as a pinch runner. It's a 4-1 Angels lead. But it cost the Angels their center fielder. You see him grimace before he even came to a stop. He felt it at the top of that hamstring.
Boy, just as he's going around the base, and that's the way Peter Borges plays the game of baseball. Always looking to take that extra base. Going around there, cutting around that corner of the base, and then abruptly stops.
Mathis flips one out to shallow center field. That's got a chance to get down. It does. Callaspo will score. 5-1 Angels.
That little insurance runs here in the 8th inning. Jeff Mathis off the end of the bat, but fights it into center field for a base hit. A slider, not bad location for Ray, but it was enough height on that pitch that Mathis was able to get a flare into the outfield.
As Sturridge out toward right center field, Ichiro moving over. He'll make the catch. That will end the inning. The Angels tack on 2 more runs. 8 in the books. Jared Weaver looking for the complete game. The Angels lead at 5-1. To subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Angels game live or on demand on your computer as well as your favorite devices. MLB.tv Premium lets you enjoy HD quality home and away coverage, multi-game view, as well as the ability to pause and rewind live games. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. As we start this 9th inning, Vernon Wells takes over in center field for Peter Borges. Howie Kendrick is at left. Alberto Callaspo at third, and Maicer Sturris moves to second base. Ackley, Olivo, Seager here in the 9th for Seattle. Ackley had a base hit in the 7th, leading that inning off. 1 for 3 on the night. Takes that pitch down low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Weaver coming into the 9th and throwing 110 pitches, 71 for strikes. This one's pulled to the right side. Trumbo's got it. Takes it himself. 1 out.
Nice job again by the defense. Jared just seizing that moment once again here. Throwing those strikes, trying to get quick outs, finish it up.
Jarrett with 7 career complete games. He's got 3 this season. This would be his 4th if he can finish it off. He had 4 in 2009. Miguel Oliva, the batter, first pitch swinging. Foul tips it into the middle of Jeff Mathis, and it's no balls and a strike. Weave looking for his 11th win of the season as Olivo chops this one to short. Ibar has it. 2 outs. Well, we've really been treated to some unbelievable pitching throughout this homestand for the Angels. As the team has scratched out runs and sweeping the Washington Nationals, taking 2 of 3 from the Dodgers, 2 of 3 from the Detroit Tigers. And on the verge of taking game 1 against the Seattle Mariners. This is the team that has struggled all season long at home, coming into this homestand, one of the longest, if not the longest, of the season. They've made it count. And Seager swings, first pitch, pops it up. Eric Ibar into shallow center field. Light that baby up as the Angels pick up the victory by the final of 5-1. Jared Weaver with the complete game win. His 11th of the season.
Well, he's had 4 CGs on the season. Coming back after that loss yesterday for the club. That's when you want your stopper on the hill. For me, that solidifies that spot as a starting pitcher for the AL in that All-Star game in Phoenix on Tuesday night. Jared does an outstanding job once again. 1 run allowed. The ERA going down again. It's hard to go down when you're at 1.92 to start a game, but Jared Weaver's dominating once again. That changeup, his fastball command, his slider, his curveball, changing speeds, and throwing strikes.
Doug Fister takes the loss for the Seattle Mariners. He's now 3-10. Weaver with the victory is now 11-4. The Angels now pick up the victory by the final of 5-1 once again. For Mark Gubicza and our entire crew here at the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas, thanking you for watching Angels baseball. Stick around as Angels Live is coming up next.